Hi and welcome to Your Careers. I'm Pervin Malhotra, and in today's episode, Zubin Malhotra and I will be discussing the pros and cons of a career in architecture. But before we proceed, do like and subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified of all the new programs that we do subsequently.
So to start things off, there have been a lot of changes in eligibility criterion, not so much the admission procedure, but more the eligibility criterion for admission into a bachelor's in architecture or BArch course. So why don't you tell our viewers what are the current eligibility requirements?
See, now the minimum eligibility requirement in terms of stream is that you have to be a science student, non-medical. That means you must have physics, chemistry and mathematics in class 11 and 12. That's a must. There is a minimum requirement of 50%, which may be waived because of the COVID situation only for this year, but उतना तो होना ही चाहिए. And तीसरी बात, अब काउंसिल ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर ने एक प्रोग्रेसिव मूव इंट्रोड्यूस किया है कि आर्किटेक्चर की कॉलेजेस 3 साल की पढ़ाई के बाद एक एग्जिट ऑप्शन ऑफ़र कर सकते हैं स्टूडेंट्स को, अगर वो चाहे तो, क्योंकि आर्किटेक्चर की पढ़ाई 5 साल की है, इट्स 5 years. Suppose after class 12 you jumped into it and then you realized it's not your cup of tea, you can step out after 3 years with a bachelor's degree, albeit in draftsmanship or something like that, and then go and either work or learn CAD CAM वगैरह and go into the technical side of architecture. और suppose आपको लगता है कि मुझे completely कुछ अलग करना है, मुझे कुछ और डिज़ाइन करनी है, मुझे इंटीरियर्स में जाना है या प्रोडक्ट डिज़ाइन में जाना है या MBA करना है या लॉ करना है, कंस्ट्रक्शन में जाना है, you have a 3 years bachelor's degree which is mandatory for pursuing any specialization, और उसके बाद आप वो कर सकते हो. लेकिन जो टॉप आर्किटेक्चर कॉलेजेस हैं, like School of Planning and Architecture, some of the IITs, the NITs, they may or may not offer this option, and any way to get into them is not so easy. So आप सोच समझ के ही तो उसमें जाएंगे.
What about the admission procedure? There's of course NATA, which is the National Aptitude Test for Architecture, but then the engineering colleges, especially the NITs and IITs, follow a different admission procedure. Well, tell us something about that.
You could also, अगर आप IITs या NITs में जाना चाहते हैं या even some of the top colleges like SPA वगैरह, then you should also take the IIT JEE route. IIT JEE का जो मेन एग्ज़ाम होता है उसमें एक सेकेंड पेपर होता है जो शाम को आफ्टरनून में होता है, which is for design and architecture students. So you could take that exam and then proceed for these colleges, and so you have both these options. Either you take NATA or you take that. लेकिन I think you also need to check that regardless of whether you've taken JEE, it may help to take the NATA subsequently anytime during the 5 years, क्योंकि to register as an architect in the Council of Architecture, आपको you should have cleared NATA.
Great advice. Architecture is one of those courses again which don't necessarily require a master's degree for you to make your career. A good bachelor's in architecture 5-year
Yes.
program is usually sufficient, and then of course you will work and gain experience. But what this does is it makes the choice of your bachelor's program even more important. Given this, if a student again doesn't get into a good college or a college of choice, how should they proceed if they are keen on pursuing architecture as their career?
See, fortunately in India we have a lot of architecture colleges, all right? Yes, your attempt should be to get into the best, but if not the best, then the second best, and if not the second best, the third best. लेकिन then in that situation, कोर्स तो सब जगह सेम या सिमिलर होता है. आपको क्या फोकस करना है कि जो आपकी इंटर्नशिप्स है उनके ऊपर आप फोकस करें। फिर आपने नंबर 1 कॉलेज से किया हो या नंबर 10 कॉलेज से किया हो, अगर आपने ड्यूरिंग द कोर्स ऑफ योर 5 years ऑफ स्टडी, इफ़ यू हैव डन 2-3 गुड इंटर्नशिप्स एंड रियली नॉट जस्ट फॉर द, बहुत स्टूडेंट्स डमी इंटर्नशिप्स करते हैं, उससे कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होता, लेकिन अगर आप सीरियसली अच्छी इंटर्नशिप्स करेंगे तो जो कंपनी में आपने इंटर्नशिप की वो ही आपको जॉब ऑफर कर देंगे, you know. So then it doesn't make a difference whether you passed out of number 1 or number 25.
In terms of specializations in architecture, what are the specializations that are typically offered both in the course, and of course what are the various areas that these specializations lead to thereafter in working practice?
टिपिकली क्या होता है, स्पेशलाइजेशंस जो आर्किटेक्चर में होते हैं ना, दोज आर टिपिकली एट द मास्टर्स लेवल, ऑलराइट. सो यू कुड डिसाइड टू गो इनटू इंटीरियर डिज़ाइन एंड आर्किटेक्चर. Okay, you could specialize in that. You could go into landscape design and architecture. So landscape designing can be another big thing if you're fond of plants and geography and land ढलान्स etc. किस तरह से आप एक बिल्डिंग के अराउंड या टाउनशिप के अराउंड जो ग्रीन एरियाज़ और ओपन एरियाज़ हैं उनको कैसे आप प्लान करते हैं, सो वो एक है. Town and urban planning, that is a specialization that of course compulsorily requires a master's in town and urban planning, and with all these new smart cities etc. coming in, that can be a wonderful option. There is an acute shortage of town planners and urban planners, तो ये आप कर सकते हैं. इसके अलावा just by sheer practice आपको अंदर से घंटी बजेगी कि भाई मुझे तो सिर्फ स्कूल्स डिज़ाइन करनी है, या मुझे हॉस्पिटल्स डिज़ाइन करनी है, या मुझे इंडस्ट्रियल आर्किटेक्चर में जाना है, बड़ी बड़ी फैक्ट्रीज़ वगैरह डिज़ाइन करनी है, या एयरपोर्ट्स डिज़ाइन करने हैं, या फार्म हाउसेस डिज़ाइन करने हैं, या होम इंटीरियर्स करने हैं, या फर्नीचर में स्पेशलाइज करना है, या आर्किटेक्चरल जो प्रोडक्ट्स हैं वगैरह उसमें जाना है. सो द ऑप्शंस आर endless, dictated by what it is that interests you and what are the demands of the day.
How important are drawing skills both for gaining admission into a course as well as for the course itself and the career thereafter? And similarly related, because again now maths has always been compulsory even though science has been
in and out.
So how important are math skills?
To answer your second question first, you don't have to be a Shakuntala Devi or someone to get into architecture. You need basic knowledge of math, particularly of geometry, trigonometry, etc. Baki, there's a whole lot of software that you use like Revit and CAD, etc. जो calculations कर देता है और आप अपने calculator को भी use कर सकते हैं. लेकिन comfort with numbers, little mental mathematics की aptitude will hold you in good stead. That is as far as mathematics will go. And then there are, अगर आपको बहुत बड़ी बिल्डिंग कर रहे हो, मल्टी स्टोरी और कैलकुलेट करना है वगैरह, स्टील का स्ट्रेंथ या स्ट्रक्चरल स्ट्रेंथ वगैरह, then there are experts, there are structural engineers वगैरह जिनका काम ही ये है ये कैलकुलेशंस करने का, मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशंस करने का, and there is software available. So you don't have to be a wizard at math. When it comes to creativity and particularly drawing skills, ये एक सवाल बहुत कॉमन होता है जैसे आपने पूछा, इसमें भी आपको कोई हुसैन के लेवल की ड्राइंग पेंटिंग एबिलिटी की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. इसके लिए सॉफ्टवेयर्स आर अवेलेबल टुडे. अ सॉफ्टवेयर कैन रेंडर so परफेक्टली विच अ ह्यूमन हैंड कांट. लेकिन बेसिक स्केचिंग एबिलिटी तो आपको होनी ही चाहिए. जैसे आप बैठे हैं मेरे सामने और आप मुझे एक स्क्रिबल करके दिखाना चाहते हैं कि ये मेरा किचन ऐसा लगेगा या ये मेरा कमरा या स्टडी रूम ऐसा लगेगा, तो उस वक्त यू शुड बी एबल टू रेंडर दैट आइडिया रफली ऑन अ पीस ऑफ पेपर. दैट मच ऑफ the drawing skill is sufficient. इससे ज़्यादा चाहिए भी नहीं, क्योंकि उसके बाद जो परफेक्ट रेंडरिंग करेंगे आप 3D में या 2D में, वो तो आप कंप्यूटर के ऊपर डेडिकेटेड सॉफ्टवेयर लाइक Revit या CAD के ऊपर ही करेंगे.
Let's now hear about the course structure of a typical architecture program of the architecture school at Manav Rachna University.
Hi friends, today we are going to discuss about the architecture. Architecture is mother of all arts. It is not a profession, it is a passion. Amazing. When you say passion means आपको कुछ काम करने की लगन होनी चाहिए और जब आपको लगन होगी किसी चीज की तो आपको इंटरफेरेंस पसंद नहीं होगी. This is called a leadership program. And leadership program means you are very focused when you are studying, and architecture need focus. Focus means when you are studying, no distractions are required. In architecture, creativity, observations, and the most important is you must have innovative ideas and always prepare to do some independent things in life. Because wherever you go, you'll find interesting lot of good architecture, and you'll find all the times it is different. Means people are not stopping their innovative ideas. Innovative means अगर आप कुछ मन है ना यार अच्छा करने का तो इस प्रोफेशन में आने का बहुत मजा है. Teaching is very simple in this. We know that you are 12th pass or higher secondary you have done. We teach art and some design elements like architecture, art, product design, art, craft design, art से related करते करते हम आप लोगों की skill develop करते हैं जिसमें building construction, architecture, history of architecture and other relevant subjects are there. Same time we teach you softwares also, CAD, 3D Max, and so many other things are there, and slowly we have a lot of other things are also there like Revit, Max and all that. वो सब से आप conversant हो जाते हैं. When you come in 4th year, it's very comfortable. We have a simple system, everybody can easily understand. It's no difficulty. Interaction among the students are very good. Teamwork is also, we teach teamwork. Teamwork के अंदर सब लोग मिलके काम करते हैं, joint projects करते हैं. And when you come in 4th year, you go for a professional training. Professional training means you are going to an office where you are going to work, and बिल्कुल जो market का trend है आप सब सीख के वापस आते हैं, and your personality is so enhanced. Like उस टाइम तक आप 4th year तक एक अच्छे architect की हैसियत से काम करने वाली चीजों से आपकी सारी faculties develop हो गई होती हैं. And in final year you do urban design, and then you are going to do dissertation. That's a written research work, and amazing part is that is going to be your first published document. Secondly, you are going to do a thesis. Thesis means a practical project which is existing in the market. It's not a loud thinking. Projects are not acceptable. Moment you finish that project and pass from our colleges, you are capable to start your own organization, your own offices. And if you want to do specialization in architecture, then we have lot of other branches, and you do M-Arch, M-Plan, lot of other subjects are there. And by the time you're here, your personality gets recognized and you are known as an architect. Thank you very much.
The most important ability that an architect requires, most important, is not mathematics and is not drawing skills. It is problem solving. अगर आपको puzzles solve करने का interest है ना, तो architecture can be a wonderful field for you, and creative problem solving, because constantly आप एक छोटा कमरा कर रहे हैं, renovation कर रहे हैं, बड़ी building कर रहे हैं, hospital कर रहे हैं, school कर रहे हैं, airport कर रहे हैं, you are solving problems. Those problems can be budgetary, they can be locational, they can be legal, all kinds, functional, climate wise, all kinds of things. तो आपको ये constraints में best functional building और प्रैक्टिकल, लिवेबल और एस्थेटिकली प्लीजिंग और उस जो सेटअप है उसमें फिटिंग करे, ब्लेंड करे, वैसा एक स्ट्रक्चर, एंड दैट स्ट्रक्चर विल देन आउटलिव यू. यू नो, यू विल, सब एक बिल्डिंग को देख के कहते हैं ना ये कॉर्बुजियर ने किया या चार्ल्स ईम्स ने ये चेयर डिज़ाइन की वगैरह वगैरह. सो दैट इज़ द जॉय ऑफ आर्किटेक्चर. अगर आपको ये सब प्रॉब्लम्स, क्रिएटिव प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग में मज़ा आता है, देन दिस इज़ द करियर फॉर यू. So if you like this program, do like and subscribe to the channel, and see you again in a subsequent one. This video was brought to you courtesy Banav Rachna University.